She grew up with almost nothing, in a small city in Venezuela where dreams like hers were supposed to stay dreams. Today, Michelle Lewin is one of the most recognized fitness models on the planet, with a following in the teens of millions and a business empire built entirely from scratch. This is the story of how a girl from Maracay turned poverty, discipline, and relentless ambition into a global brand. Michelle was born in Maracay, Venezuela, into a world of financial struggle. Money was always tight, the kind of childhood where you learn early that nothing is handed to you, and that if you want a different life, you will have to build it yourself. She didn't grow up with personal trainers or fancy gyms. What she had was hunger, the quiet, stubborn kind that refuses to accept the life it was born into. As a young woman, Michelle worked to survive, taking on jobs and chasing any opportunity that might lead somewhere better. She started modeling, hoping it could be a way out, but the modeling world can be brutal, and early on, she was often told she wasn't quite what they were looking for. Instead of breaking her, that rejection lit a fire. Then she discovered the gym for Michelle. Training wasn't just about looking good. It became a form of control, something that was entirely hers in a life that had given her very little. Every workout was a decision. Every rep was proof that she could change her own body, and maybe her own future. She fell in love with the discipline of it, the structure, the way effort turned, slowly and undeniably, into results. Her physique transformed, and so did her confidence. When Instagram and social media began to explode in the early 2010s, Michelle was ready. She started sharing her workouts, her progress, her routines. And something about her connected. It wasn't just the incredible shape she was in, it was the authenticity. Here was a woman who had clearly earned every bit of her transformation, sharing it openly with anyone willing to put in the work. Her following grew. Then it exploded. Fitness magazines came calling. She landed cover after cover, becoming one of the most photographed fitness models in the world. Her name started appearing alongside the biggest figures in the industry. But Michelle understood something that many influencers miss: attention is not the same as wealth. Fame fades, a business lasts. So she built one. Together with her husband and business partner, Michelle turned her name into a brand. Supplement lines, fitness apps and training programs that brought her methods to millions of people who could never afford a coach like the one she ever had. Gym equipment, partnerships with major companies. She didn't just endorse products, she created them, kept ownership, and built something that would outlast any single photo or trend. The girl who was once told she wasn't good enough was now one of the highest earning fitness models in the world. But what makes Michelle Lewin's story matter isn't the magazine covers or the millions of followers. It's where she started. She didn't inherit her success. She didn't stumble into it. She built it, rep by rep, post by post, decision by decision, out of a childhood that gave her every reason to give up. She turned the gym into a classroom, learning that the body responds to consistency the same way life does. She turned rejection into fuel, and she turned a following into a foundation, an empire that gave her the freedom her younger self could only imagine. There's a lesson in this for anyone who feels like the odds are stacked against them. Michelle didn't wait for permission. She didn't wait for the perfect conditions, or for someone to discover her, or for life to get easier. She started with what she had, where she was, and she refused to stop. Talent opens doors, but discipline is what walks through them, day after day, long after motivation is gone. Michelle Lewin's body was built in the gym, but her empire was built in her mind, in the decision, made over and over, to become more than her circumstances. From a struggling girl in Maracay to a global icon followed by millions, her journey is proof that where you start does not have to be where you finish. The only thing standing between the life you have and the life you want is the work you're willing to do, consistently, when no one is watching. So whatever your starting point, remember her story. Build your body, build your discipline, and build a life that no one can take away from you. Because the strongest thing Michelle Lewin ever created wasn't her physique, it was the relentless, unstoppable mindset that made all the rest possible.